would be remiss if I didn't mention that this show would not have been on the air for 5 years without the de facto approval of the program director of WEEI, our next guest, Sam Kennedy. Morning, Sam.
Wow, that's quite a distinction, Greg. 5 years?
5 years.
Feels like 50.
I know. Sam, you're telling me. I mean, it's but yeah, you know, some had us at 5 days, but we've somehow been able to survive.
Congratulations.
Well, we are. Yes, Curtis?
I just want to get it out of the way. Sam, I would like to humbly apologize. I was dead wrong on Alex Cora, and you and Mr. Breslow and the whole crew should be applauded for the way in which that was done, and I think it speaks volumes of the direction of the organization.
Wow.
Well, I think the Earth is turning on the opposite direction on its axis right now, but I'll take that apology. Apology accepted, Chris.
Thank you.
And
Good.
Of course, I'm kidding, but it was a really important move for the organization, and really excited for Alex and his family, and it's a great outcome for us. And he belongs in Boston, and glad he'll be here for the foreseeable future.
Well, speaking of Alex Cora, we're watching a month-long hot streak here when it comes to Yoshida and Alex Cora. I think he said the offense is elite when that is going on. What's been the difference for that player of late?
Well, it's probably just getting totally comfortable to the adjustment. When you're playing professionally in Japan for the lion's share of your career, you come over, and there's a huge adjustment in every way. So hopefully he's really settling in, and we're seeing the player that we thought we were getting when we originally made the deal 2 off seasons ago. So it's been great to see, and we've got to keep winning series here. It's a grind. We played well, but we also kind of got a sprint to the finish here with, I think, 49 games left.
Sam, in that same breath, I think some people were worried that we were going to have a repeat of some years past where there's shimmer of hope, there is excitement around the Red Sox going into All-Star break, and then exiting, there's kind of a fall-off. Doesn't seem like that's happening right now. You guys have been playing great. What's been the difference with this team compared to the last 2 years?
Well, it's a great question, Courtney. I mean, we've sort of had the tale of 2 different seasons. When we break down the metrics and you look at where we are. Our pitching has been sort of at or near the top of the league, which was always critical. Hitting was sort of middle of the pack, although the last month our offense has been really, really strong. Our outfield defense has been outstanding, and our infield defense has been woeful at times, although getting better. So certain parts of the game have been really, really strong, and others still need improvement and work. And got a lot of young guys who probably, to directly answer your question, have really taken that next step at the big league level. We've seen the performances from guys like Willie Abreu and Jaron Duran and Cedar Rafaela. So that's probably the biggest difference, coupled with the approach to the pitching, which Andrew Bailey has led extraordinarily well.
Sam, when you look at the team, I know players and manager try not to look ahead, but when you guys sit here and you kind of look at where you are and you look at basically this next, the month of August and how tough your schedule is, how important is it that you finish this month in a position where it looks like this is going to be the playoff push, come the end of the month, basically having to see Houston twice, Arizona, Baltimore. Is this something that you talk about with the players or maybe Alex, or is it just something that's a front office conversation?
We do, yeah. We talk about it not only internally at the front office, but with the clubhouse, of course. And it's a good question, Wiggy, because as we're approaching the trade deadline, we were looking at I believe, the most difficult strength of schedule in August and September, with a particularly hard stretch coming right after the deadline with the Rangers and the Royals and now Houston, and then the Rangers again, and then 4 in Baltimore. I mean, it's a grind. And so, yes, we focus on right now, really, Alex has just been, the last couple of days, he's just been talking about winning series. Winning series, and everything will take care of itself if we can do that. We're 9 games over 500. We're not yet in that playoff spot, but we've also not given up on the division, given all the games we have left against Baltimore and I think 4 remaining against the Yankees. So there's still opportunity to gain significant ground in the American League East, but it is a tough schedule in August and September as we go forward.
Sam, I don't know where you put the value of great clubhouse guys, but from the outside, it seems like Liam Hendricks is one, and he seems raring to go. Is he that kind of guy, like going into this stretch that can make a difference from that perspective?
Yeah, I mean, 100%, Greg. And let me tell you something about Liam Hendricks. I mean, well, first of all, he's a little bit nutty, as everybody knows. He is out there, and he's hilarious. His sense of humor is incredibly dry, and he's an absolute character. But having the injury that he had, being sort of the veteran status, he has been around the club literally every day since he arrived, and he's been a huge boost to that clubhouse. But what I wanted to tell you about him is when we had Lisa Scherber and the Jimmy Fund trip, the teams came over to the ballpark. We do a event with them at spring training, of course, and then one at Fenway that's hosted by Mike and Christina Gordon, big Red Sox owners, and Liam met every single kid. He was right there, talking to them, cheering them up, and it was extraordinary to watch someone who just gets this community and what the Red Sox are all about. So hoping to get him back on the field soon, and he can help us down the stretch here for sure.
Sam, just curious from your perspective, we had Craig on last week, and he shared his thoughts about the relationship that was growing between him and Cora and how that led to the new contract. Just from where you're seated, was this something that was sort of growing and building all year long, or was there something that happened that led Alex and Craig to get together and work this out in the middle of the year? Because it was something that Alex himself had said to Jones and Mago that he really wasn't interested in discussing during the season.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I think that maybe I just took it for granted being around here for so long. You never want to assume something, but going through the interview process with Brez when we hired him last fall, it just really seemed to me like what he values and what he prioritizes within a baseball operation. It just made sense listening to him through that process that Alex would be the ideal manager for him. And we sort of had the makings of an elite baseball operation in every way, and their skill sets would really complement each other. But of course, we made it clear that had to develop naturally and build on that relationship. Thankfully, it did. And Brez came to us in ownership and said, listen, this is what I want to do. And it was sort of the same reaction because it's like, well, Alex made it pretty clear he wants to wait until after the season and get through all this and not be a distraction. And Brez, really took the bull by the horns and said, you know what, that's fine, but I want to engage and I want to push that discussion now, which of course we fully supported, and he got it done.
Well, you brought up the Jimmy Fund. We are looking forward to next Tuesday and Wednesday being there at Fenway for what I believe is the 22nd annual Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. So, in Red Sox, you guys go throw everything at this, and we can't wait to get that underway, and I'm sure we'll see you there Tuesday and Wednesday, Sam.
Well, thanks, guys, for supporting it. Yeah, it's been a couple of decades and one of the longest-standing relationships in sports. Excited for the telethon, and we're going to have a special component of the telethon to honor the late Larry Lucchino, who all of us know, your listeners know, as the legendary CEO of the Red Sox and the Orioles and the San Diego Padres. He's obviously missed down in Worcester and within the Red Sox ownership ranks. So looking forward to celebrating Larry, but also drawing attention to this horrific disease. So thanks for all you guys are doing on that front.
All right, Sam. Also, Journey without Steve Perry, less than satisfying.
I assumed you were there, Greg, and I did not see you in the mosh pit for Green Day, but we'll hold a spot for you for whoever's remaining. I think we've got a few shows remaining.
I will be there for Post Malone. Will you be there for Post Malone, September 18th?
Of course, big Post Malone fan.
Okay.
I think we've got 2 Pearl Jams, so it's going to be a great September.
I believe I was told also a big Post Malone fan, Craig Breslow.
By the way, Craig Breslow's birthday today, so happy birthday, Brez.
Oh, happy birthday. All right.
Was it your gift to him that you would come on the show and he didn't have to?
Yeah, he got the day off.
All right, Sam. We'll see you next week.